I'm Chiari Morton from SKN Newsline, and I am here with Bishop Ron Dublin Collins from the New Covenant Ministry, where he will tell us what was discussed.
Okay, would have been the first forum where so many of our pastors came together from ecclesiastical affairs. We had pastors independent of either of the national bodies and those representing the Christian Council Evangelical Association and other organizations who other ministries, Christian ministries who were gathered to discuss the legalization and decriminalization of marijuana. They may have participated in their own individual way through community discussions, but it's the first form like this of this nature. Well, the attendance was very well, was very good, and we also expect to have a similar forum in Nevis tomorrow. Now, at the conclusion of it, after much discussions, I think the pastors would have agreed that there is enough support in the Bible for us to begin to revisit our position on it. It has been declared, as the Bible declares, that it is a plant that God created, that is the marijuana, and that there is much that can be gained from in terms of the medicinal benefits. And so, while we feel that there is a need for great awareness and education, which they have committed to actually form a smaller committee that will help to get information, put it in a quote-unquote church language so that it can empower the church as to where we are in these discussions. But there has been also an agreement to meet with the Rastafarian community to understand what are the challenges and concerns, to look at how our faith informs each other on the use. But there is support for the discussion, there is support for ensuring that persons who have certain medical challenges and can benefit from it, observing all the safeguards and so on, that at least we have decided that we can go in that direction to give support to the medicinal uses of it through the necessary safeguards, through doctors and so on, so that persons can benefit in terms of the health, showing empathy and compassion with persons who have extreme situations and need that form of relief. So I think that the awareness has begun, the conversations will continue, and even the desire to speak for the church community to meet with the Rastafarian community to discuss its challenges and how each faith informs each other about this particular issue is definitely a new step. It's a new step for the church community. You have Pentecostal, the Orthodox churches represented here, and persons came with their concern because we have had a history of dealing with the problems associated with this drug. We have a history of the silent uses. We've had a history of the wars that is going on, that the police would inform that it is feeding the gun violence and other forms of criminal activity. So all that is discussed, and we still believe we do not have all the information. And we are very cautious and concerned about, of course, even with the agreement to support medicinal purposes in terms of the marijuana use, we are greatly concerned about the impact of the marijuana on the brain, the minds of our young people. And that position has not changed, that we believe that our young people must be protected. We see our bodies as the temple of the living God, and that there are various things that we need to do to help to empower our people going forward and understand the nature of this plant. And we get a better understanding of the nature of this plant, the history behind the criminalizing of it and so on. So I think that's all we could have discussed. It was a lot of opinions coming back and forth, positions coming back and forth, doctrinal views, reviewing biblical scriptures, and looking at what they really mean and the interpretation thereof and so on. So I think it was a healthy discussion.